bad news for Francis de Vries.
Football rarely goes to plan. Injuries, disappointments, and moments of doubt are part of every player's journey. The challenge isn't avoiding adversity. It's learning how to overcome it. This is about resilience, about facing obstacles head-on, adapting when things don't go your way, and finding the strength to persevere when the journey becomes difficult. Because adversity doesn't just test who you are, it helps shape who you become.
My career has been quite up and down, so there's been a lot of tough periods. Mostly what it's taught me is to keep persevering when things get really difficult.
Francis de Vries gets under the ball.
It's helped me to understand that you can always make your way up step by step if you continue to show that willingness to work and to improve and to reflect.
De Vries, we know he can deliver a ball. It's not a bad one either.
The comeback is actually made in all the moments where no one sees anything. After I'd been a pro over in America and then had gone back into amateur football in Sweden and was in this tiny town called Gimo. I was going down to the local school and doing fitness and agility sessions. The team only trained a couple of times a week, so that was like a rebuilding phase for me with no guarantees. The comeback was built step by step. The next step was, playing semi-pro and working 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. as a person who cleaned people's ventilation. Eventually, the next step was to play in the second division in Sweden, which was again semi-pro, so I was working in a factory. Now it was 7 till 1, so I felt like, things are improving here. I've got at least my afternoon to work on my football. As that progressed, we made it up to the top division, then became full-time again. That was pretty cool to be able to fully say I was a professional footballer in Europe. Yeah, things were going great. I was playing for New Zealand and then I tore my ACL, so. The last 6 months in Sweden was focused on the rehab of the knee and again, lots of uncertainty as to where I would go as a player and as a person. So the comeback was built day by day, getting a little bit better each day with my knee and trying to focus on those things that I could control. Confidence is a funny thing because it never stays stable, even within a game. I remember a game where I was playing in the A-League and my first 3 passes were incomplete. And you're already starting to think like, I wonder how today's gonna go. And in those moments I've learned in my career that resetting back to your baseline is super important. Knowing the 2 or 3 things that you are really good at regardless of what's happening. And for me, that would be like delivery into the box when I get forward, making sure that I look forwards first with my passing, and if that's not on, then I play inside or try and combine in a different way to get out of the pressure, and having the work rate to go up and down the line. And once I focused on those things in the game, my performance started to lift again, and it's like that comeback where you go step by step and the confidence builds and builds and builds, and by the time you get to half-time, you're feeling like, okay, I'm making a good impact for my team here. My confidence is back to where I know I can positively affect the game in the way I want to.
And now there's a problem for Francis de Vries, is there?
This is a key about resilience, I think, is that not letting a single moment define how you are as a person or what you do as a player. The way that I stop that is I have perspective on the whole journey. I remember how I was when I was at my lowest, knowing that those moments don't define how you perform and how you treat other people when things start to spiral in that direction. And then you can reverse it by thinking about the things that you have done to get out of those tough moments and thinking about the things that you have done to make other people smile. Consistency is probably the most important thing, is sticking to a process that works for you. Those are the little habits that you figure out for yourself over time. Starting small was what really helped me, figuring out the small little exercises that would keep me motivated to come back tomorrow and come back the day after that, basing that on my goals and my vision and my values. And once you can build that consistency inside of yourself, that's where the real results start to happen on the outside. When you start performing consistently as well in the trainings and the games, and it just gives you more confidence to keep going, and that really begins inside with the process that you build up from within yourself. Confidence rises and falls, and overcoming self-doubt is a key part of the journey. My relationship with pressure has changed in terms of I've gotten used to what it feels like. Over the course of 90 minutes or over the course of a week, you can learn to overcome those difficult feelings of pressure. What really helped me get through it was one moment doesn't define you. This is about performing with belief, about trusting your preparation, backing your abilities, and having the courage to express yourself when it matters most.